Hi friends, I have some exciting news to share with you all. I know it's been a while since I've done an update. Things have been kind of crazy with Christmas and Epiphany and all that jazz, but I have some proofs and stuff that I want to show you that I'm very excited about. Before I get to that, it's one of my little recipe notebook things that you can get on Amazon, but I'm hoping I put up a couple recipes up on my Instagram page, like these sweet potato cookies, but I've been experimenting with a couple of fun things, mostly things that you can give to kids because I need more snackage for my kids. Like the other day I made these veggie cracker things that my husband actually really liked too, and I liked them. My son kind of likes them, so I kind of got to play around with them a little bit more, but they're made with freeze-dried powdered stuff, so I need to try to convert them to just normal veggies that you can like puree and make stuff. But they're really easy to make, and that's what I liked about them, and they didn't have a bunch of like random junk in them. So I'm excited about this. I'm still experimenting with recipes, but I have actually two other projects that I have been working on for a while now. One of them I've actually been working on since my son was not even one. My first son was not even one yet, and now my second son is almost one, and I'm finally almost done with the project. So I have two projects that I've been working on that I'm super excited about. I just got the proofs yesterday. I'm still waiting on one more proof of the other book, and that's driving me nuts just how long it's taking. I was going to wait till I got it before doing this video, but I have no idea when it's going to show up. I saw that it shipped the other day, but I ordered it 2 weeks ago, so who knows when it will show up. But until then, I'm going to show you guys the projects I've been working on, and one of them is a edition of Shakespeare's Macbeth. I really like Macbeth. I find it to be an extremely fascinating play. I have for a decade now. And I wrote a paper on it several years ago, and I've expanded it into more of a fleshed out commentary for the back of this book. But this is it. I made the cover myself, and I think it's pretty fancy if you ask me. I so hate these not for resale things. As much as I love proofs, I hate the proof bar. The proof bar is no fun. And this is the back of it. I think it's pretty fancy myself. I actually have a sticker of this one on Redbubble if you so desire it, because I just thought it was cool. But yeah, so this is it. This is Shakespeare's Macbeth with annotations and illustrations by me. And so it's based off of the first folio, but there you go. Lovely little table of contents in here. Editor's note. I've got a glossary in here that I hope will be helpful to people. I wanted this to be a book that just about anyone could step in and enjoy, because obviously it's Shakespeare. You know, just about anyone can just step into it, read the story, and understand it or enjoy it for the most part. But I understand that because of the way it's written, this is a modern, I hate saying translation because Shakespeare is written in modern English, but it is Elizabethan English, and I tend to think that we are now stepping into, maybe since like, I don't know, the 70s or 80s, we've kind of stepped into a new era of English, which is more like postmodern English, if you want to call it that, which I kind of hate postmodernism in general, but it is what it is. So I have a glossary in here to help with different parts of Shakespeare. If you've never read Shakespeare before and you just want to step into it for the first time, and you're like, what is this world I'm walking into that is Shakespeare? This is it. And I also have, at the bottom of every page, notes on stuff. I also have these illustrations throughout the book, because one of the things that I particularly draw from this story is because there's so many things you could talk about with this story. You could talk about like father-son relationships. You can talk about, you know, kingship, heredity. You can talk about this one particular, sorry, that's my son. He's watching Chip Chiller right now. You could talk about Saint Columba, who just shows up in this all the time. And I have a lot of notes in here that deal with like that sort of thing, where you're going in and what's the context of this? Like, why does Shakespeare mention this? Like, is this just filler prose or verse, or does this actually mean something, you know? And you know, all kinds of interesting information like this. I have etymology in words or names, because I personally find names to be very fascinating. I have for a long time. But one of the things that I pull from this most, and husband-wife relationships also, as a married woman now reading this story, and also as a mother reading this story. I read this story a lot differently than I did several years ago as a college student, and then before as a high schooler. Every time I read this book, I take something new. So I put a lot of my thoughts as I'm reading this, Bible verses, context, etymologies, history, all of that. I've got a bunch of that, and then just straight up, what is this Elizabethan word that we don't use anymore? I have that in the notes. So I'm very excited about it. One of the things, though, a friend actually commented and said it's because I keep calling it Macbeth instead of the Scottish play. I have had so many issues with formatting this book. It's been driving me nuts. First of all, I have it now in paperback and hardcover, but originally I was just going to have it in hardcover. But it is taking so long for me to get it proofed that I finally just like, you know what, I'm just going to get it in paperback too. And quite frankly, it's cheaper that way, so more people will have access to it, because hardcovers they just cost a lot more to produce. They just do. But I've had a bunch of issues formatting this with the margins and trying to get line numbers in here. My husband eventually had to help me figure out how exactly to, because I use Word a lot. I have for, I don't know, 15 years or so. I use it a lot. And I thought I knew it in and out, and all the time I am learning that is just not true. And one of the problems I had was trying to figure out line numbers. So my husband finally helped me figure out line numbers and how to space them and all that, and it's great. And then I uploaded it. I converted it to a PDF and uploaded it, and every line, you can actually see it here, every line that has a line number is gone. So there's just a line number, there's no space there, or there's no text there. And it was driving me nuts. I'm like, did it just remove the line? And the answer is no. I would highlight over the text is there. So I'm like, oh, the text turned white. So I tried to convert all the text to like black in PDF, and it wouldn't do it. And so I'm like, what's going on? And my husband's like, well, is there like a white box over it? And I'm like clicking on the text. I'm like, no, there's not a white box there. Well, then I start clicking around the text where the text wasn't at, and lo and behold, there was a white box there. So I'm gonna have to go through, and after I convert to PDF, because that's the only way I can upload Ingram, is if I convert to PDF and make it PDFA compliant, which is super frustrating, but it is what it is. But even if I were to upload just to KDP as a Word document, it messed up the formatting. It just super frustrating. It is what it is. So I'm gonna have to go through, and I'm gonna have to delete every single white box that shows up in this text, which is annoying because it's, how many pages of actual play is there? It's 192 pages total, but 166 pages of the play. So it's 166 pages, and I'm gonna have to go through and delete every single white box that's in this play, which is super frustrating, but it's okay, because this is not coming out until April 26th, I think. I will send out a video once I got this more done, and I will let you all know when officially I am going to be publishing this. I unfortunately don't think I can do pre-orders of this because this is a public domain work. Shakespeare is public domain. So while my stuff in there, my annotations, my commentary, my images, those are mine, Shakespeare is public domain. No one gets to hold the rights to him. So it's kind of cool, because it means I can do stuff like this where I can share my thoughts with you on this book, which is awesome because I love this book. And there's a couple other books that I'm kind of thinking about maybe doing something like that, because I feel like it is good to have critical text of things. But I will let you all know when this is coming out, because I think it's awesome. I think the pictures are cool. There's a couple in here in particular. Let's see if I can find it, that I'm just particularly fond of. I just really like how they turned out. I love drawing birds, by the way. If my art teacher from high school ever sees this, she'll be like, oh yes, I expected that from Maddie. Because I used to have 3 birds actually, but one was a parakeet, and then I had 2 cockatiels, and I used to draw them all the time. I love birds. But like, this is one I've got here of a harpy, and I just think he looks super cool. I guess she really. But I kind of think of birds as he's for some reason. I don't really know why that is. But that's my little harpy. I think he's cool. And so I got a whole bunch of birds in here that you find in the actual text of Macbeth, and in the back I have like, oh, this is why you should care about the birds, you know, but I put that in the back because not everyone cares about the birds, which is sad. But you get all these other fancy notes in here that you can read and be like, oh, that's what that means, or oh, that's where that came from, or that's why I should care that Shakespeare mentioned that. But I have another book that's coming out this year. This is the first time I've ever done 2 book launches in 1 year, which might be a little complicated because when this book is coming out is actually around the time which I am praying we are moving, but we will see. So this is going to be hopefully coming out June 10th, I think. I should have written this down before I started. But these are 2 proofs of the same book, My Little Pocket Dragon. I shared a picture of this on Instagram not that long ago, but I'm very excited about this. I started this back in 2022, I think. Yeah, I think it was like February or January of 2022. It was a while ago that I started this. And what it was is my son was wearing this onesie that had a little pocket in it, and it was super cute, and it had a little dragon, or not dragon, but a little dinosaur, which I guess are dragons, but it had a little dinosaur poking his little head out. I think it was a little sauropod. And my mom's like, oh, look, he's got a dragon in his pocket, you know, like a Wacken in his pocket. And I kind of thought about, I'm like, how cute would it be to have a book about a little boy that had a pocket dragon? You know, he just finds this little dragon, and so I can show you guys the inside. His little dragon sleeping in his egg. He's so cute. Like imagine like he just, so this is the first print that I did, and I noticed there were some issues with the coloring. I'm really curious to see how Ingram does with the printing, because there's some of this that I'm not super psyched about. And then I had to do a second printing because I was hoping I could mess with the quality. So you guys probably can't see this, but I can, where the boy between the 2 pictures, here we go. The boy in the 2 pictures is slightly different. So this one over here is the second printing I did. I just got this yesterday, and this is not working very well, but it's okay. But this one is a lot clearer. His skin looks more like how it's supposed to look than the first one did. And I don't really know exactly what happened, but whatever I did worked. So I'm excited about that. But it's a little boy, but it's a story about a little boy, and he finds this dragon and he puts it in his pocket and he brings it home. And he just, you know, here he is right here. He's showing it to his mom. You know, I still got to fix some of the formatting because you can see his face kind of doesn't look right, you know, but it is what it is. I'll keep working on that. But, you know, he takes it home and he's so excited about it, you know, and he just goes on. He goes on little adventures, but he kind of just lives life with this little dragon, and it just becomes part of his daily life. And I personally think it's really cute. My daughter in particular really loves the book. I struggled to get my son to really like sit and like read for long periods of time. This is what I really like. This is one of him like dreaming about like what he's gonna do with the dragon one day. And so I think he's cute. There is a little hidden element in this story that I will not spoil for you because I kind of want you all to find it. So I'm not going to show you the last pictures yet. I also love how these pages feel. They're very glossy, and I kind of had heard that was a thing with KDP, and now I've actually got it, and so that's pretty cool to me. So I'm very excited about this though. About this book. Like I said, I've been working on this for a long time. It's been a couple of years now, and I am, there he is, he's hiding right there. He's very cute. So, I'm very excited about it. I think he's a cute little dragon, and I love dragons. It's a kind of a thing. So it's my other thing. I like birds. So we got Shakespeare's Macbeth over here. We look at the birds. And then over here we've got dragons. I've always loved dinosaurs and dragons. They have just been very fascinating to me ever since I was a kid. And even though this is written for a little boy, although obviously my daughter loves it, so it's not just for boys, but I personally have always loved dragons and dinosaurs and all that jazz. I just think it's so fun. So I'm really excited. I drew all of the artwork in here, so everything in here is mine. Take that for what you will. But that's also why it took so long, was because I'm the one who's drawing all of it. What I basically would do is I had a sketchbook and I would sketch something out, And once I kind of got it to about what I was like thinking, like, this is pretty good, I would scan it into my, well, I take a picture with my phone basically, and then transfer that to my laptop. And then I had this drawing program that I would kind of sketch over it and digitize it, so it was better for print. Because a few years ago when I wrote my first book, I hand drew all of the maps in it, and trying to make those print ready was really, really rough. And I got it to work, but looking back, it could have been better. And so I'm hoping this will be better. I actually already have an idea for another children's book that will be for a little girl that I don't want to share too much about yet, because I've barely got any sketches done. I've got almost the entire text written, but that's going to be, it probably will be another 2 years before I get that done. So right now I'm just excited about this little dragon. It's a little teal dragon. My daughter is, that's her favorite color right now, is teal. My son's favorite color right now is red. So the little boy in the story has, you know, a red shirt. None of my kids have green eyes. I don't know, he just seemed like he needed to have green eyes. There's a lot of green in this book. My husband likes green, maybe that's why. But little teal dragon, little boy with a red shirt, and I just kind of, I don't know. I loved watching my kids trying to get ideas for how I should make the little boy do different things and how he should like act to things. And it's not perfect. There's always more that I, like, as an artist and as an author, I'm like, I could have just do a little bit more. But there always comes a point in working on a project where you just need to say you're done. Because if you, like, I paint as well, and there's a point that if you keep messing with the painting, it will go from it's not quite perfect in my mind to, oh, now I've ruined it. So I decided, you know what, this book is done. It really is done. I need to step on to new projects, and plus I'm excited about it. I love dragons. I love writing books. I love kids, and I'm excited to share this little book with you. And also I love Shakespeare, so I'm excited to share this book with you. So both of these books are coming out this year. I'm obviously still in the editing stage, but this one's coming out in the end of April. This one's coming out at the beginning of June, and I hope you guys like them. Or you know someone who has like a kid that likes dragons or just likes books in general, or if you know someone who really likes Shakespeare or you want them to get started in Shakespeare, this is a short play. It's a really, really short play. This has, if you are stepping into Shakespeare for the first time, I didn't want the notes to be overwhelming, but I wanted them to be thorough, and I wanted them to be helpful. So that is what this is for you. I am having people read it right now who either have read Shakespeare before or are stepping into this play for basically the first time. And they're giving me feedback, and it's been awesome, and I love them. They're wonderful people. I have two good friends that are helping me with this, and then my husband. And it's just, I couldn't do it without you guys. So I'm very excited. And then hopefully I'll have a better cover for this soon, because there's still stuff that needs to happen with this book before it's really done. And hopefully soon I can show you guys this paperback compared to a hardcover, which I'm still waiting for. But I just wanted, this video is so long. Sorry, there's just so much I wanted to say. And this is the longest period of quiet I've had for a really long time. So I'm excited to you guys, for you guys. I'm excited for me. I'm excited to share this with you guys. All of this, all of the excitement is here. Hopefully at some point when I actually have page or line numbers in here that haven't been destroyed, I can share all of this with you. Oh, there's a little falcon. There's my falcon. He's cool. And yeah, I just want to share that with you guys. So thank you for listening. Thank you for listening to me talk with great excitement about my books. I'm very excited. And I hope you guys will like them too. You all have a wonderful day. Bye.